Hi, my name is Kaki Bryant, and I'm about to confuse the hell out of you. My only challenge for this run is to be as random as I can with my path in towards the endgame. If I fool you more than, let's say, 4 times, we could exchange your lack of insight for a sub. We start our journey waking up from a bad hangover, and a small town hobo telling us something about some new drug called pale blood. To no one's surprise, the first sequence break happens after getting hugged by the wolf. You know what they say, you scratch my back, and I scratch. Well, I guess I can't do it anymore, can I? Dear viewer, this is the first and last time I'll be making use of glitches to throw you off, by the way. Now, we'll make our way to meet real Yosefka before the imposter takes over. Grab the summons, rid the world of pretty tanky and unnecessary NPC before he can do anything, get the umbilical cord, and take on Papa Gas. I can't throw him into the void for an even easier W, so I beat him fair and square. Since Hollywood has made wolves weak to silver bullets, don't mind if I do, G. After spanking the elderly, I went to Cathedral Ward and harassed someone in their private domicile. After that, I went back into Yharnam to get rid of Cleric Beast. You really didn't see that one coming, huh? Pretty standard gameplay and all. Don't worry, I'm no Patches. I haven't played you for a fool. Yet. The thing is, I needed to cross the gate of Cathedral Ward, and killing Cleric Beast is the quickest of the 2 ways. In that case, I can buy the Chief Hunter emblem that allows me to open the main gate. Now's the moment when things get spicy. This is what we call a quick time answer. Whenever you see this on screen, it means you must guess where I'll go next. You have 5 seconds. If that's not enough, just pause the video. If you thought I was going to the lecture building, you got that right. Hey, you told us you were going glitchless. Why do you lie to us? Hold on, young whippersnapper. I got it all under my thumb. You see, by stepping with your toenail in Forbidden Woods territory, Patches the Spider will replace any NPC that you can talk to through a window, and he'll hand you the Tonsil Stone. This is a mysterious eldritch item that allows us to get teleported to the lecture building if we get squeezed by the amygdala. Yes, Patches, repeat with me. Amygdala.
Oh, amygdala. Oh, amygdala.
Well, I guess you can teach an old spider new tricks. Entering the lecture building this early gives us access to a few late game resources that won't be very useful for now because we don't even have the chalices. After this, I crossed the Ryman's door and got teleported to my most hated area in the game, Nightmare Frontier. I'm not gonna lie, I was very tempted to do the elevator skip. So basically just fall down and quit the game right before you hit the ground. If you do it correctly, which isn't that hard to pull off, you'll be standing on top of the lift, which is the shortcut to the boss that allows you to skip 95% of the area. But well, I need the upgrade materials so I don't end up fighting Amygdala with a +1 axe. I guess it won't do me any harm to explore a little. Well, I'll be damned. Turns out showing up here right after the tutorial isn't such a good idea. But with a bit of power of will and abusing the axe's spin for the win, anything can be accomplished. Thanks for waiting for your turn, buddy. I expected nothing less from Victorian British people. Amygdala started the fight by breaking the 4th wall, saying I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I'm serious. I can't see her. Can you guys? No? Then I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but let me tell you something. Anyway, I read some books, she felt attracted by my intellect and decided to cut the magic trick, which I used to kill her. Her fight was not easy. At that point in the game, I'm just a small insect at the bottom of the food chain to her. Most of the deaths were due to having low vitality. Many attacks of hers either put me on danger or straight up murdered me. So I took things very carefully in phase 1, only attacking after a few very unsafe moves. And then, for her final phase, stay underneath her and she'll start spamming the jump attack, which is very easy to dodge. Very easy, yeah, and punish her head. All those attempts at cursed amygdala in the Chalice dungeons finally amount to something. After that, we're going to... Well, of course I'm going to the woods. I had to make my way through what's supposed to be a mid-game area as my third zone to visit. Snake, do you copy? I hate snakes in real life, but because of snakes on a plane, I love having them in my games. I can almost hear Samuel L. Jackson visiting Forbidden Woods and saying, "Enough is enough! I've had it with these motherfucking snakes in my motherfucking woods!" I hope he doesn't find out the next step in human evolution is a light headache followed by heads popping and snakes bursting. After running around this grave so much I felt dizzy, I beat Shadows of Yharnam. Hey bro, chill. You're not the dancing boss. Wait for the hot blunny in the DLC for that. Jeez. After this small road bump, I went for... But of course, the Grand Cathedral. Someone said it's inhabited by what looks like a beautiful lady. I had to take my chances and make her mine. Amelia is a deceiving individual. By her voice and her hair, you wouldn't imagine her face looks like... this. Oh, and on top of that, she's a furry? Is anyone normal in this place? I know this is a bit random, but since I said I don't want any more glitches, I have to remove Amelia from the equation before I get to Yahar Gul. Otherwise, stranger things will happen. I know, after the final chapter, that show is like the noseless evil wizard now. Thou shan't be mentioned any further forevermore. Amelia was light work, as usual. As long as you keep hitting her different limbs, she'll be falling on her knees like she's proposing to me. Oh, wait. Can you imagine? After rejecting Amelia, I went for... rum! Sorry guys, I know I'm not innovating much here, but I need this to happen to perform my master move. I moved in to fight a few sleepless scholars high on Red Bull, tried to run away from Yurie. She's too strong for me now. I ignored the elderly because I'm respectful to them. Oh wait, after spanking the elderly, you say you have eyes on the inside? Can I see them? Rum was a bit of a chore as usual. I can handle snakes, but the spiders in this game are too much of a menace. Plus, I had no access to items like beast pallets and some bolt paper to kill her faster, which means I had to do it the old-fashioned way. Try to kill every individual spider, die, go back and kill every spider again, and finally we defeated this unique boss with an incredible moveset of 5 moves. I proceeded to observe the beauty of this game, and guess what I'll do now? Indeed, the game tries to force us into going to Yahar Gul, but I'm sprinting to Charnel Lane instead. The tourism flyer mentioned lots of ladies looking for some fun here. Is this Thailand? Oh, that's definitely not what my hunter expected. Well, I guess we gotta do this the hard way then. Oh man, I really wish I could bring you to the chapel with me. Some other time then. Anyway, we got to yet another incredible unique fight, which was done before they could blink. Luckily, they're very susceptible to charged R2s at their backs, so we don't have to spend more time than we need here. To resume our adventure, we shall go to... yeah, this one's easy. Surely you were thinking of Yahar Gul, am I right? Going to Kanehurst after beating the witches is way too logical. Lovecraftian Hypogean Jail is not a terrible place. The only thing you have to do to make it bearable is to run past everything, picking up important items on the way, and reaching arguably the worst boss in this game if Miklash didn't exist. Excluding this disappointment, the enemy and the area recycling, everything is alright. To be fair, I love how gruesome everything in this area is. Then we watched the red sky give birth to a creature that you see at 2 AM on Instagram right before you go to bed. for the sweet dreams and all, cleans the balconies of filth, and finally took care of a massive baby right when he got to say his first words. Now, where are we going next? Castle King Hertz it is. Is this where the beautiful ladies really were waiting for me all this time? I can't tell. We must stop and appreciate how this game doesn't need us to consume an item to fight the female ghosts. This castle requires me to perform the only good thing to come out of French people? Neat. But the mandatory health loss after being shot by the dart boy and dropping down could have been avoided, devs. I have OCD, I can't deal with this. My health bar must be full. Logarius was a terrible host. If I had a cent for every time I climbed a tall building just to have to fight its owner instead of becoming in-game friends, I would have to. Which isn't much, but it's weird, it happens twice. Logarius disappeared. Chikage appeared, and now I can take on anything, baby. Sorry, but I'm a firm believer Chikage is the most well-balanced weapon in this game, in terms of efficiency and drip. Especially the second. And we all know what this game's about. If only I hadn't invested all my points in strength to compensate for my underleveled character. The Haunted Castle had nothing on me, so I went for an even more terrifying experience. I was sick of fighting bad bosses. I mean, the base game is still incredible, but if you think this is due to its bosses, boy have I got bad news for you. Just look at the last 4 fights I've had. Logarius is great, but then Rum into witches into one reborn? That's a quick way to develop crippling depression. So, guess where I'm going next. I think I gave you a lot of hints, but it's logical. If you're tired of fighting bad base game bosses, the DLC is the place to be. The terrifying experience I was talking about is entering the DLC underleveled. Theoretically, the old hunters should be played before the wet nurse, at which point you'll have a properly leveled character, a +10 weapon, and you'll also be able to see how the hub reacts after you defeat the orphan.
I can hear German sleeping. On any other night, he'd be restless. But on this night, he sounds so very calm. Perhaps something has eased his suffering.
Everything else other than the nurse and the 2 final bosses has to be cleared, and we're not doing so hot on that department right now. I'm almost 20 levels below what's recommended, but at least we have a +9 weapon, so we got something going on for ourselves. Anyway, I went there to spend some quality time with some of the best fights From Software has ever cooked. The shame about these zones is that I can't play around them much, since they are as linear as a COD campaign. That's why I won't talk about it much, besides the typical peek, nice, do you want to be my wife? Get me the hell out of here, and screw this guy. Seriously, there isn't much left for us in here.
Aha, you must be the new hunter. Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home, for now.
German, are you senile or something? I've been here for hours, slaying beasts. I've even dropped the orphan creature from your nightmares. Why are you talking to me as if we just met? Okay, man, you do you. We're almost done with the night, but first, we have to get rid of the host of the nightmare, also known as Eeny, Meeny, Miny. To get to him, I had to hate with all my guts the following creatures. Spiders, crows with dog heads, dogs with crow heads. We all know how his fight goes. Chase him bit, try to bug his AI, and optionally get one-shotted by a call beyond. Luckily, I'm not into that sort of thing. I always stay glued to him and move to the sides. You don't even need to waste stamina dodging. If he punches you, it doesn't really matter. Just mash R1 until you run out of stamina. Move to either side to evade Augur of Ebrietas, and that's a wrap. Fantastic times, thank you, Mikolash. But alas, a coward is a coward, even in a dream. Before visiting the nurse, I made sure to collect the final chunks I needed to get my Chikage to +10. Fisted a few pigs. Of course I'm doing it for the echo farming. Checked on a concerned mother that had her child snatched straight off her womb. I knew I had to do something. I love how the nurse tries to assert dominance in her intro cutscene, like, come on, do you see what weapon I'm carrying? How can you be a nurse and be weak to bleed? All the more, you're just dark bandages floating around. Where exactly is the blood flowing here? It's too many logical questions, let's just answer all of them with, This is a dream, bruh. Anything can happen here. Finally, with not much else to do, I guess I gotta give the old man the attention he wants. He even went as far as burning up our house to get noticed. Talk about toxic behavior. I guess Gehrman is a werewolf too deep within, because quicksilver bullets are also his weakness. After beating up the elderly one more time, that's the only thing I've done right in this playthrough, I remembered that I still had something pending. I used my bold hunter's mark to run away from there before the cutscene in the New Game Plus cycle were triggered. If you've been paying attention, you should know what's left to do. If you said Dark Beast Parl, you nailed it. The good thing about Parl in New Game is that it's incredibly easy to stunlock it to death. Just aim for different limbs every time it tries to stand up and you'll even feel sorry for the poor thing. It's not helping Parl that for the first time in this playthrough, both my character and my weapon are overleveled for a boss that should have been done hours ago. It's like playing Tekken against your brother, but you just death combo him right when the announcer says, "Fight!" Where do you think we're going now? Ah, yeah, I never stepped foot in old Yarnum, now that I think about it. Hey, Jura! Good to see you, my man. It's so refreshing to meet you on the good side of the Gatling gun. So, you're telling me that blood-starved beast is one of the last bosses available in the game besides the moon presence? Let's go give it a taste of my plus 10 Chickage and see how long it lasts. I would say this fight finished way too fast, but when I remember other moments in my life when someone told me I finished too fast, I guess I can say blood-starved beast overstayed its welcome. Yep, if you're thirsting for horror in this horror game, just go to Upper Cathedral Ward. It never fails to make your skin crawl. Now that BSB is dead, the door is open, and since we took the key last time we were in Yahargul, now we can join the Trouser Crapper simulator. I zapped through the hallways trying not to get the last remnants of my lucidity sucked by evil Squidwards, until I ran into a funny wobbly guy. Actually, not just one, tens of them. I can't even try to crack a joke at this fight because it'll be over before I can finish the joke. What we never expected in our first time playing this is that they were just a warm-up for the ass-whooping experience we were about to witness next. That is, if you find her, of course. Lots of you are very convinced that Ebrietas is very hidden. I gotta disagree because you can actually see through this window's glass panes, which never happens in this game. But I understand where you come from. I think in the entirety of From Software games, this is the only time you're asked to break a window to get to a boss. I went in expecting to die many times, but Ebrietas isn't actually that bad in a fresh new game cycle, mainly because her horrendous charge doesn't one-shot you, so that's great. That's it, folks. Only one more adversary standing in the path between us and eldritch godhood. I went back to the Healing Church shop to do some parkour.
I'll tell you what, you fat little...
do some parkour, infiltrate the inspiration for the Hunter's Dream, and get the final umbilical cord I needed to become Squid God. I talked to the doll to hand her a little gift.
Gammon awaits you at the foot of the great tree.
You're seeing ghosts, lady. Gehrman is as good as dead. Actually, I think he's awakened and working a 9 to 5 to compensate for all the years he didn't pay into Social Security. No, it's only you and me, Moon Presence. Everyone else is dead. And so are you. While the damage I was dishing out wasn't anything incredible, since I didn't spend everything into skill and blood tinge early on, the fights took a little longer than expected. But as everyone else, another nightmarish god was felled. And finally, our hunter transcended humanity, and thus the cycle begins once more. And that's a wrap, comrades. Like I said at the beginning, if I've caught you 3 or 4 times with your pants down, Could you give my channel a chance? Growing on YouTube is extremely hard when you gotta go to sleep early every day because there's life tomorrow. Thank you for staying all the way here, and see you in the next one. Take care, bye!